So here's the Lanttoe Accompany Baby Sleep Every Night mobile holder. So this thing comes in a box. It's pretty heavy. Let's open this up. So inside we're immediately met with some foam. The foam comes off. And we've got a whole bunch of wooden pieces. So it looks like, oh, this is pretty heavy. So this has been sanded down and has a light coating on it. It looks nice. And here's the different parts. I guess it would go like that. So that X is, I know it's over 12 inches, but it's not quite 18, I don't think. Yeah. So like there's my palm of my hand. Oops, sorry. Palm of my hand goes from one end to that end. Yeah. So it's not too big. And then it's got all the attachments are already in. Oh, there's a little hook thing. So there's a little hook. And that attaches to one of these ends. And looks like it's super easy to screw in. Oh, and it goes in it too. Yeah, see, that's super easy. It looks as flush as one can be, right? So that's nice. Oh, you know what's interesting is that I suppose if you really wanted to, you wouldn't have to use the full extension of this if your crib was down lower, or you wanted to set this on a like a dresser top or table instead of the ground. Yeah, I think that would work. Yeah, all these pieces are super easy to put together, and you know, they sink into the part, so you're not like seeing a bunch of rinky-dink stuffs. And then you're also not experiencing a situation where like for example, if I connect this piece, you don't have a situation where it can move and therefore get loose, but it's just flush in there. So this is very well made in terms of like what you can assemble and some thoughtfulness into what you want it to look like. So this is very simple. There's no instructions, right? Yeah, there's no instructions for it. You just have to use some common sense. And so what you've got here are these three pieces here. Oh, so one of them does not have the bottom end that goes in. So that probably means that this one is supposed to connect to probably the bottom. And so you would, these look identical. So you would start off with this piece being connected to this piece, and then in between you would put this piece and then put this piece. So you're putting a binding point between the two pieces. So you would do that starting here, then go to this one. So if you look, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this bottom one, let's figure that out right now. So this is going to be, I think it goes in here. See how there's like that? Okay, so that's the deal. This last one then goes into this one, which has the cup end. The flush end goes here. Okay, so then you move this here, You're going to create this little X. You would actually make this X first. Place this in here. And my recommendation is that you actually, and see how there's this screw? You're actually going to put this together to that point, and you're going to stop. Then when you get to this point, you're going to put this together first. You're going to put the screw there. See how the screw fits perfectly? Now see that? There's no tool here for that. But what you're going to do is place your finger here. Hold that when you have your crisscross done. And then you're going to go like this. And with that flat side down, you're going to twist this on there until it goes all the way down. And you're just going to keep going and keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay? And see how it's already popping it into position. And you just keep going, and it's going to pull it up. So you don't have to worry about that. So then, when you have this all done, then you're going to go like this, and you're going to screw it on. You could go in reverse order and start from the bottom and go all the way up. That works too. Do whatever you want. I just like to, whenever I'm assembling something that requires some structural height, I do not like to build it on the thing, because I want to make sure that I have it all even on my end here. Because if this is off kilter, everything goes off kilter. So I would do this first, do the second, and then conjoin the two together. Or you could do like this one, halfway point or something. But I would do this separate. But yeah, so no instructions, but there you go. That's how you figure it out. You pay attention to the fact that this one is the bottom piece. And then it goes in here. And then if you want to take it off, you have to hold that screw head in place with your finger. And then unscrew it. So it looks like you could assemble and disassemble the thing very easily. Whoop! You don't have to worry about it becoming something that you can't take apart, like if you are house hopping. So yeah, so it seems to be very well made. If you wanted to paint it, you could. Like you could spray paint it, it'd be totally cute. You can spray paint all the parts. And then if you do, I recommend taking a little plastic wrap and just like covering it right there, and then spray paint all your doodads and then pull it out. That way you don't get paint inside the screws, because you want to be able to disassemble it when you need to. And then yeah, you can paint it with paint, spray paint it, get as creative as you need to. But yeah, I think it's a very nice one. Not too big, and this is heavy enough. I don't know how, like, your mobile can't be too heavy. It still needs to be very light, but it'll be fine. And you don't want it to be one, I think, that the baby can get their hands on, because I think they could knock this thing over if they were to pull on it. But if you have one of those mobiles that has like an automatic feature, all you're doing is putting on this little hook here. And it's got a slight tilt up. It's barely tilting up. But yeah, and the reach is only 1.5 hand's length. It's about a little over 12 inches, it looks like. But yeah. It's very, very nice. And if you're using it for something different, I think you totally could. So I was thinking like, oh, you can make it shorter and use it for hanging something totally different if you really wanted to. So I think that has a lot of applications even beyond baby. But yeah, so there you go.